there I am. So good morning, everyone, and thank you for inviting me here today to what promises to be an exciting and thought-provoking day for artificial intelligence and showcasing what's possible in Scotland. I have to stick to the script. It's very, very important, I do. So you have to listen, it's mostly verbal, but there are some points perhaps you can catch up very easily. Yesterday was the dinner thing, and I was very honored to be there just to see what is the ecosystem like. But I also find it's an extreme privilege for me to be invited to speak at the 6th edition of the European Chatbot and Conversational AI Summit here in Edinburgh. Thankfully, the weather is a bit mixed, but nonetheless, you still have the joy of enjoying the beauty of Edinburgh, that I can say. But also, it's a gathering that has become one of Europe's most dynamic hubs for innovation, collaboration, and ethical leadership in conversational AI and generative AI. So this summit brings together an exceptional community of innovators. Most of you are researchers, amongst you, definitely, enterprise and technology leaders. I can track some of them here as well, to explore the latest advancements in conversational AI, generative AI, and agentic AI. Need I say I can't preach to the converted, but nonetheless, you all know these technologies are rapidly moving from concept to real-world deployment, enabling organizations to reduce cost, improve services, and better meet the needs of the people they serve. And the people component is very, very important from a government point of view, I'm sure from the society point of view, even from your point of view. So I'm especially pleased to be able to have this opportunity to speak to you about the Scottish Government's ambitions to leverage the transformative power of technology at this event, because its themes align so well with the two main things that I want to talk about today. As I said, this is a busy week. We have you, and then I have the AI and engineering biology. And towards the end of the week, we are launching our AI strategy. So it's pretty much packed. So the 2 points I want to raise and I further want to elaborate are, the first one is the opportunities and capabilities we offer in Scotland to support wider efforts to harness the potential of technology to drive economic growth. Economic growth is one of the agenda points where AI can be of significant, it has a significant role to play. Secondly, the importance of interconnectedness, and that's where you all come in mostly. The need to bring together nations and governments, industries and sectors, technologies like AI and renewable energy to deliver a prosperous, sustainable future for people at every level of our society. So that's the second point. So to go further into this is the opportunity that Scotland offers to drive economic growth through innovation that are built on strong foundations. We have deep research capabilities at our world-leading universities, a strong heritage in sectors like life sciences and advanced manufacturing, and an expanding ecosystem of innovative and enterprising startups. So that's Scotland for you, and Edinburgh is a showcase event at the same time. To give you just a couple of examples, our critical technologies supercluster, which was launched this time last year, is growing from strength to strength, successfully bringing together Scotland's globally recognized capabilities in photonics, quantum technologies, and semiconductors. We have a technology-driven supercluster working along those lines. The supercluster has over 150 companies supporting nearly 11,000 highly skilled jobs and already generates revenues of more than 4 billion. Our aim is to grow these revenues to beyond 10 billion by 2035, creating thousands of high-quality jobs in the process. And our 42 million National Tech Scaler program, which supports the creation, development, and growth of innovative new startups in Scotland, which now has members from over 1,400 startups and scale-up businesses. And they have raised more than 246 million in investment in their companies, which underlines Scotland's growing reputation as a leading European tech hub. So our message to investors from around the UK and abroad is clear. Scotland has the opportunities for innovation and growth that you are looking for. And the message is being heard. Scotland consistently ranks as the UK's top investment destination outside of London and the southeast of England, and in investment in Scottish companies on a steady increase, growing by 24% since 2023-24. Apologies. So underpinning all of this are Scotland's emerging strengths in AI and related fields. Here again, Scotland has a long and distinguished heritage and is well positioned to offer generational opportunities for investment and sustainable growth. European research into AI began here in Edinburgh in 1963, when Professor Donald Michie established the Europe's first AI research group at Edinburgh, making them only the second university in the world after Stanford to teach AI. Because of this, Geoffrey Hinton, widely recognized as the godfather of AI, was able to complete his PhD again here in Scotland at Edinburgh University, which you are sitting in. And more recently, Joanna Bryson, one of the most influential figures in global AI ethics and governance, an advisor to the UN, the EU, and governments worldwide, completed her master's degree once again here in Edinburgh. So we have strong foundations in the work of visionary pioneers in AI, like the three names I mentioned, as we have plenty of others as well, I believe. Yeah. So let's be confident that Edinburgh produces pioneers as well as what you call stalwarts. But AI is about the future and not the past. If the UK government wants what it has said that it wants, which is to shape the AI revolution rather than wait to see how it shapes us, then this requires effort and intervention across a range of technologies, policy areas, and industry sector. AI requires data processing centers, large, expensive, but hugely profitable pieces of infrastructure which are thirsty for clean, renewable energy, something which Scotland has in abundance. That is why the Scottish Government has welcomed cloud computing company CoreWeave's recent announcement of 1.5 billion investment in the Scottish data center operator DataVita, the first in what we hope will be a picture of further investment opportunities for Scotland that will enable us to align AI growth with the core objectives of our green industrial strategy, the safe, secure transition to green renewable energy. So advances in AI are heavily research dependent, an area in which Scotland also excels. I was told Edinburgh is the data capital of the world, or data research capital of the world. So for example, not far from here, you will find the Edinburgh Parallel Computing Centre, the UK's first national supercomputing centre, to which the UK government has recently committed a further 750 million in funding as part of its industry strategy sector plans for digital and technology sectors. And this is a great recognition of the centre's world-leading expertise in high-performance computing, AI, and data science. AI also needs innovative new companies that are able to grow, scale, and succeed in highly competitive global markets. Scotland has several recent success stories in this field, including Wordsmith, which recently became the fastest Scottish company to achieve a valuation of more than $100 million, reaching this target in an extraordinary 18 months. So AI is a great enabler and connector, need I say, to the converted. Its use increasingly underpins many of its digital tools and platforms we use every day, and its potential as an engine for transformative economic growth is clear. We commissioned a research from Scottish Enterprise, and it has estimated that AI could potentially increase Scotland's GDP somewhere between 2.7 billion and 19.3 billion. I know there is quite wide range of that one, but nonetheless there is potential for that, and that's what is very promising. However, achieving this kind of growth will require a public sector intervention and significant increase in adoption, and we are still at the early stages of that journey. and the Friday is the start of that journey when we launch our AI strategy. So, as many of you probably know, the adoption of AI by businesses and other organizations in the public and private sector that has been described as a jagged edge. AI's integration into other systems is often uneven. It can be unpredictable and may even be disruptive. Businesses may experience significant variation in productivity impacts depending on where, how, and by whom AI is deployed. This means that to be effective, the process of adoption must be understood, directed, and given the necessary resource and priority by leadership. It must be driven from the top. That is why, outside the publication of our new AI strategy, the Scottish Government has committed to launching a new national program to be called AI Scotland, and to make the leadership of adoption of AI by SMEs an area of focus in its first year. There are estimated to be more than 350,000 SMEs in Scotland providing 1.2 million jobs and comprising 56% of private sector employment. If we can reach more of these businesses and support their founders and owners through a process by which they can assist and assess and act on the opportunities for AI to be used as an acceleration tool for their company's growth, then we stand a better chance of unlocking real transformative improvement across every sector of the economy. AI is a great enabler, but as I said at the start, if we are going to fully deliver on the potential, we need to work together and build stronger connections between the public sector, businesses and academia, between government at local, regional, and national levels, and between Scotland and international markets for our companies, research, and exports around the world. That's the underlying principle. That is why our new AI strategy will also set out the Scottish Government's position on AI regulation, built upon a simple principle. It's about reducing uncertainty that must underpin any effective regulatory approach in Scotland and across the UK. Uncertainty affects every part of the ecosystem: developers, regulators, businesses, and regulation must be supported by clear standards, and it's essential for providing the confidence and clarity needed for safe innovation and its adoption. Achieving this clarity on strong alignment between Scottish and UK regulatory environments, much of which currently operates on a largely non-statutory footing, and this is something the AI strategy particularly wants to address and advance, working in close collaboration with this community per se. So by maintaining the OECD-aligned principles from the 2021 strategy, we are continuing to build a coherent, international, trusted framework for responsible AI, and we stand ready to work with our UK counterparts to create similar alignment across UK-wide landscape. In furtherance of our joint ambition for the UK to be a supplier and a creator of AI, not just a consumer of this transformation technology. Here in Scotland particularly, we are already working with stakeholders in every region, in every sector of our economy, and across the triple helix of government, business, and academia, which I mentioned in my introductory talk last night, to strengthen and grow the connections and relations we need. And we understand how to assess and act on AI's potential for economic growth, and that is done in, again, collaboration with the triple helix model I have mentioned before. So to summarize, and this is my last few words, events like this summit today are great examples of the market square as a locus for connection and knowledge exchange, relationship building, and good old-fashioned of human interactions. So I'm very glad to have the opportunities to join you today, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the day and have a fruitful conference. Thank you very much.